welcome. I'm Susanna, and in today's Forever Yoga session, we are going to decompress the spine and do an active, challenging movement practice that will prepare us for deep relaxation. And the whole thing is safe if you have low bone density. So if that sounds good, gather up 2 blocks. 2 blocks will be supportive for you and your yoga mat. And just so you know, Ellie essentially did Shavasana through the whole session, and I have some very cute footage at the end. If you stick around, you'll see Ellie waking up from Shavasana. Very cute. Thank you for joining me, and if you're new, please subscribe to my channel, and if you would like to like this video, I know you're going to enjoy it, give it a thumbs up now, and I will see you back. We're going to begin learning how to transition from standing all the way down to our backs at the beginning of this session. So I'll meet you back in just a moment. Hey, my friends. Thanks for coming back. Let's get down to our backs and let's get there as safely as possible. So if you are still standing, let's do this. Step 1 foot forward, the other knee drops, keeping your spine straight, 2 knees down, then allow your hips to rock on over to the side, sweep your legs forward, and voila, you are seated. To get all the way down onto your back, there's 2 ways. So I use the way that can still work for me because I have the integrity of my abdominals, which will keep my spine straight, where I lower down, keeping the spine straight all the way to the mat. So perhaps you're familiar with that, go right ahead. The other option, which is actually safer for your back, because it won't, you can't round, you won't round. You'll roll over to you're gonna put your weight on your arm and roll over to the side. And then extend that arm down so you've lowered to a side position. And then simply roll onto your back from here. And you can adjust, okay? So however you got to your back, we're all on the floor now. Let's do the first exercise, which is a breathing exercise to decompress the spine and bring yourself into a place of truly being grounded and relaxed spinal energy. Very key. All right, here we are. So begin with 2 feet firmly grounded. So put your weight into your feet. I'd love for you to really press down right now. Just notice the feeling of your feet touching the mat. Perhaps you can become aware of the 3 points of contact: big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heels. Lift your toes. So I often say this while we're standing, but now your feet are standing, but the rest of you is reclining. Same thing though, feet are really working. Okay, relax those toes. Bring your awareness now to your pelvis, and we will do pelvic tilts. So tuck your tailbone. First move is to lift the tailbone slightly, squeeze your butt a little bit, and then reverse it. And when you've reversed it, you would be able to place a little hand underneath your lower back, because now you've arched your back. And then we'll do that a couple times. Press your lower back into the floor and squeeze and reverse. So small movements for the pelvis. Squeeze, reverse, squeeze, reverse. Good. Lift it and roll it. Excellent. Now come to relaxation for lower back. And here is the big movement for decompressing your spine. It's so simple, and you're not going to be able to see me, but you will experience it. So imagine, if you will, that you're lying on a beach, your yoga mat is a beach towel, and the sand is underneath you, and you're gazing up at a gorgeous sky with beautiful clouds. Your arms are beside you, palms face up, just out to the side slightly, and then neither lifting the chin nor tucking the chin, very neutral. So find that position. Press your head into the sand and make an indent in the sand. So you're really pressing. You're feeling pressure. Not so much pressure that it feels uncomfortable, but you are working the muscles of your neck and you're pressing the head into your beach towel and you're finding your breath now. Just notice you're breathing through your nose, and now keep pressing the head into your sand. Now press your shoulder blades down. When you press your shoulder blades down, keep looking up. Your chest is going to slightly rise. It just has to. And that is the whole thing. You're pressing your head down, you're pressing your shoulder blades down. You're gazing up at the clouds, you're tuning into your breath. You may also close your eyes. We'll hold this for a few breaths, easy breathing. So this is not a stressful place. There's energy happening, but it's relaxing. Breathe into your belly and let the breath travel up into your chest. It's an easy inhale. Imagine your chest expanding 360 degrees around, very gently. And then you'll watch the flow of breath as you exhale, and your chest and your belly will release the breath. So go ahead and do that a few times. Decompressing the spine. Our spines and our vertebrae have to work very hard to hold us up, and many of us may have issues where the vertebrae are out of alignment. This gives them a break. When you practice this on your own, you can do it for up to 5 minutes. Great. And that's good for us right now. Let's release, pick your feet up and put them back down slightly wider, maybe out to the edges of your yoga mat, and allow the knees to gently drop side to side. They don't have to touch the floor. They're just going to sweep gently side to side. The windshield wiping hip release. Great. And then walk your feet back in a little closer to your butt. Interlace your hands. Remember, we're still at the beach. I'd like you to place your hands behind your neck and your elbows are out to the side, and then you'll press the arms into the floor. So you're not lifting your head, you're just pressing your arm bones into the floor. Your interlaced fingers are behind your head, but really right at your neck. Press those arm bones down. This is more of the decompression of the spine protocol. Good. And then you can release that. Let's bring the right knee in, interlace the fingers, press the hip. Do some circles with your right ankle. Your foot goes around and around. You might write the word love if you wanted to. L-O-V-E, L-O-V, little e. Great, press. And then extend that leg to the ceiling. You might keep it slightly bent if it's quite tight, or go for it. Press your heel up towards the sky. Hands are behind the thigh, right below the knee. You're going to keep the head gently pressing and the shoulder blades pressing. And then go ahead and straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Excellent. And hold. Take that leg, cross it over the other leg, so it's like you're sitting in a chair with crossed legs, thigh on top of thigh. Lift both feet up off the floor, flex those feet. And you can gently pull in without lifting the tailbone up. You're just pulling in without rounding. Arms out to the sides, palms face up, circle. Go around one direction, small circles for your lower back. And reverse direction. You've got to use your abdominal muscles to do this. It's really nice for the back. Good. And we will now do a spinal twist gently Don't go to your full range, just part way. So if you'll drop your foot to the floor, scoot your hips slightly over to the direction of that your top knee is not. So that's the direction, right? Lift both feet up off the floor. You can keep the legs crossed or you can uncross them. I'm going to uncross mine. And then stacked knees drop over to one side. So we're doing a spinal twist. And we might keep the knees separated so we don't go to our full range. And we'll breathe into the belly with the nose. Want to make this even more of a stretch? You could take the top leg and straighten it. See how that feels? These are options. And bring the knee in. Use your core, your abs to roll up to center and plant both feet on the floor. And once you're back 2 feet on the floor, we've got to do the other side. So bring the knee in, interlace the fingers, press in. Good. Now we'll make some circles with that ankle. Go the other way. Write the letters of love if you like. The idea is just to move your ankle and toes and foot around in different ways to keep the mobility and the strength happening in your foot. Good. Extend to the sky. Press through the heel, hands behind the thigh. Lower and lift, saying hello to your hamstrings here and your calves. Good, and then hold. Tune into breath always. Let's go ahead and release the hands. Take the leg, cross it over. 2 legs are bent. It's like you're sitting in a chair with crossed thighs. Your arms can come wherever they will to pull in. So you want to pull in, give a little stretch for the glutes, right? For your butt muscles without lifting the back up. Arms out to the sides, palms face up. Circle your lower back. Woo! Oh, and I like to flex the feet here. So this is a great exercise because your lower abdominals have to do some work and your back is getting some beautiful massage. Release and reverse. Reverse. Perfect. Back to center, lower the foot. Scoot your hips a little to one direction so now you can do that gentle twist over. Keep the legs crossed if you like that. I prefer uncrossing. So you've got stacked knees, and if it feels not, if you're not so sure if this twist is correct for you, you're going to just do it part way. You can keep your legs slightly separated. Don't push. No pushing, just gentle movement. Breathe into lower back, breathe into your belly. And relax your shoulders. You're still at the beach, so enjoy. Your upper back, your shoulders are nice and grounded. Your arms are extended, palms face up. You can give yourself a little love. And now, as I said before, you might want to get another stretch out on the side of your leg by extending to the side or not with a straight leg. All right, bring the knee in, engage those abdominals, swing over to center, both feet down. And now we'll do some warm-up bridges before we stand up. So with your feet again, grounded, hip width apart, arms are beside you. Lift the hips up just so that they are in line with your shoulders. So knees, hips, shoulders. You're not pushing up as far as possible, just this far. And lower. Push up, squeeze your butt, squeeze your inner thighs, and up. Push up. Again, when you're up, what's touching the floor presses down. So your skull, your shoulders, your feet, your arm bones press down. You're pushing up, but you're not rounding up. You're not pushing your ribs up. You're pushing your hips up, and you're squeezing your inner thighs and your butt. Oh yeah, you've got a beach ball. You're at the beach. Squeeze that beach ball between the thighs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe into that beach ball as you squeeze. And then you'll lower. Let's do 2 more. Push up, squeeze the ball, press down on what's touching, press up with your hips and your inner thighs engaged. Lower down, and we've got 1 more. So push it up. Bring it down. Counter pose however you like. I'm going to bring my knees in. Rock gently side to side. I'll turn the head opposite directions as I take the knees in a gentle twisting movement. Good. All right, from here, we'll carefully roll over to one side, extend the bottom arm, take the top hand to push yourself up, keep your head slightly down to protect your neck, and now you are sitting. Let's come on to all fours table position. All right, this is going to be the core of today's practice of the moving flow. It will start on all fours, but we'll end up standing, and I'm going to use blocks. So my blocks are going to be over here at the ready. And the reason I'm using blocks is in order to keep the spine from rounding. Just helps, because blocks bring the earth up to your hands. So little public service announcement in support of blocks. All right, we're going to come to all fours table position. With your fingers spread wide, you'll press down into your knuckles. You'll also press down into that space between the first finger and the thumb very consciously. Push up and away from here. Knees are lined up with those hands. Keeping the arms nice and strong and straight, we'll tuck the tailbone and lift the butt. So it's pelvic tilts. We're going to just keep loving the spine here. So lower back. We did this when we were lying down. Now we'll do it in this position. Tuck and lift, but keeping the upper back, neck, everything else is neutral. Great. All right, curl your toes, walk your hands in front of you and lengthen, lengthen. So this is puppy stretch because the hips are up. It's not a child's, because I'd like you to keep your hips up in order to keep the arms straight. So it's a variation on child pose, but I call it puppy, in between a downward dog and a child's position. Hands are firmly pressing down, hips are lifted, but you're thinking about breathing into your spine. You might even do a sigh or two as you elongate that spine. Relax your neck and your jaw. Terrific. Come on up, table position. All right, so bird dog, yoga style. Going to lift opposite arm and legs. First, tune into your core, your abs, because that's going to support your back. Lifting the left arm and the right leg. Flex the right foot. Hold. 2, 3, 4, and release. So we're going to do this slow. Lift and lengthen. So we're lengthening that spine. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Okay, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Breathing and moving. Excellent. Keep it going. I call this dynamic balancing cat, but for some reason it's called bird dog in the fitness world. Whatever. It's all about balance and core strength and spine lengthening. Good, relax. We're going to come to a hovering dog here. Spread your fingers. Feet are fairly wide, as wide as your hips. Toes are curled. Get ready and lift your hips up off the floor and hover. So this is just a bit of strength move for your upper body. Good, and drop the knee and relax back. So tented fingers this time. So it's your puppy stretch with tented fingers. And release. Come all the way up to 2 knees. Those of you that find you need cushioning underneath your knees, you can get a towel or a blanket to put it underneath your knees. From here, we'll step the left foot forward and bring both arms straight up. You're actively pressing down on the front foot, top of the back foot, and at the same time, drawing your energy towards the center line by engaging your inner thighs. A lot going on. Hold here. But the primary thing we're doing is thinking about lengthening the spine, so do that. Head ramps back slightly. Chest is lifted slightly. And release. Go ahead. Find those blocks. Hands on the blocks. Curl back toes. Lift back knee up off the floor. Rock it forward, rock it back. Notice my spine stays straight. Keep your sternum lifted. Pop the back foot forward, forward, forward till 2 feet are together and my knees stay bent. I am hinging at my hips. My chest is slightly lifted. And then stand on up. Inhale, stretch, and release the arms. We'll stand on your left foot, lighten up on the right, lift that right leg up, and now you're standing on one leg and finding balance. Please breathe. The knee that is bent is going to rotate out and rotate back in. So let's do a open into a tree, close to a, I call this crane. Open and in. Keep your balance. Good. And now step that leg back, balance on the ball and toe of your back foot. This may take a little work, right? Don't get worried, just find stability. Spine is straight. Okay, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Your arms can be anywhere that helps you with balance. Hands on hips, whatever works. Good. Okay, bring your arms back behind you, put your weight on your front foot, and we're going to do a little challenge here. Pop the back foot forward, lift the back leg up, and then tip slightly forward as you bring the back leg up behind you. You may just lift that leg an inch as you practice balance and putting a lot of load on the standing leg and hip bone. You may go into a full warrior 3 or balancing stick pose, your choice, or you may keep your toe on the floor. So do this in a way that is safe for you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good, and then step back, lower the knee, hands on your blocks, 2 knees back, and your back down on the mat. Good, let's do a stretch out again. Hovering dog. And up to 2 knees. Hopefully you're building a little heat. Again, most important aspect of this is that feeling of being really aligned. Knees, hips, shoulders. Lift your sternum, breastbone up, shoulders relaxed. Good. And now we'll step the other foot forward. So if you had stepped the left foot forward before, you're stepping the right foot forward now. Root down on the right foot, really press down, and you're pressing into the top of your back foot for stability. And draw the energy to the center line by engaging inner thighs and just feeling strong. And your spine is working as well. So hold here. Both arms come up. Inhale. Lengthen. So you can go ahead and pull your fingertips to the sky. You can pull your shoulder blades up. And again, we are working on decompressing the spine here. Find breath. Excellent. Slowly release till both hands are on your blocks if you're using them. Curl back toes, lift the back knee up off the floor. Then you'll rock forward and back a little bit and pop the back foot up, keeping the spine long. You've come to standing now, right? You might bend and straighten the knees, and then go ahead and come all the way up to standing. Once you're standing, root down on the right leg, should be your standing leg this time, and lift the left one up. Balance, my friends. Crown is lifted. So you'll play with this. So this is asking our brains to stay on one leg while moving around the other leg. Okay? Your hands and arms can go anywhere they want that helps you maintain your balance. I'm rotating the hip out, I'm bringing it in. Keeping the leg lifted so the hip's getting a nice workout. Lots going on here. Load on the standing leg hip. Okay, go ahead, step that back foot behind you. You're on the ball and toe of the back leg, back foot. Good. Bend and straighten. Arms can come up as you straighten and bend. Lower and lift. Cool, and then we'll take the arms behind you, reach behind you, and start to lean forward. Of course, the spine is staying straight. Be aware of crown to tailbone. And then we'll put the weight on the standing front leg, and perhaps you'll just keep a toe on the floor and be here now, or play with variations on this challenging pose, which is called balancing stick or warrior three. Okay, find breath, find balance. Don't get too worried. Keep breathing and holding and lengthening, and 2 feet together. Good. 2 feet together, both arms up, inhale, exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, knees are bent, and then step one leg back, drop that knee, step the other leg back, 2 knees down, and you're back down on the floor. Way to go. All right, back to table position, all fours. We're going to work our hips here, so bring the right leg out to the side, rotate the foot up and down. This is called a hip car. So foot goes up behind you, out to the side, and in. It floats over the mat. So side, up, and down, up, side, and in. And of course, you're trying to keep the whole rest of your body very stable. Out, up, and in, up, out, and in. Out, up, and in, up, out, and in. Okay, drop that knee, and let's go do the other side. So lift that other leg up, flex the foot, out, down, out, up, and in, up, out, and in. Keeping the arms straight, then in. Think of making a circle. That's what a car is. It's a circular, articular rotation, I think. In, up, and out, in, out, and up. Really working your hip and your spine muscles and your upper body. How fun is this? Good, and bring that knee in. And go ahead and come back up to tall kneeling. We'll do one more standing situation. So let's take 1 foot forward, curl the back toes, bring both arms up. Inhale, lift. Step forward, step out wide on your mat, please. So let's do a final standing sequence, moving. Let's start with Leonardo's. So put weight on one foot and lean, and then the other way. So balancing and adjusting. Turns out balancing and moving at the same time is actually more challenging and great for developing your balance skills. So give this a try. Lean to one side, hold it, and go back the other way. You can go fast or you can go slow. Terrific. Now come to standing in a goddess position. So your feet will go out on an angle, and we're going to take the knees over the toes. So wherever you planted your feet is fine. You're just going to listen. You're going to listen to your knees, and you're going to ask them, how are you doing? Can you go a little deeper? Can we ask the muscles of the knees to get a little bit stronger in this position through the experience? Now, if they're talking to you saying, no, 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 this is not appropriate, you're going to stop and readjust and go do less or take it in an angle that feels better. Okay, so this is all about your knees listening to your body. But let's see if we can challenge a little bit by going a little deeper and then stretching. So reaching and lengthening, but keep your head lifted, breastbone up, so we're not rounding. We're lengthening, we're not twisting. Terrific. And come back to center, drop the tailbone, sit in that goddess squat. Shoulders are back, sternum is lifted. Let's bring the arms up, overhead, and down. Prayer hand goddess. Isometric press for the hands and the wrists and the arms. Sink, press. What if you lifted your toes here? What if you were aware of the 3 points of contact of your foot, each foot, right here, right now? Release. Relax the toes. Straighten the legs. Pivot your feet forward. Step it out. Transition down. Now, if you were with me at the beginning of this session, you probably stepped your dominant foot forward to lower down. See if you can figure out what the other leg is. To step forward, drop the knee, 2 knees down. Once you were here, you probably brought your hips over to the direction that felt easiest. If you remember what that is, go the other way. Hips down, butt down, release your legs, swing them forward. Transition your way to your back in the way that feels appropriate and safe for you. Maybe you'll roll over to your arm. Maybe you'll join me in lowering using your core and your abs. Lifting the sternum, arms in front, spine will stay straight as I lower down to the floor. Back at the beach. Let's do a quick restorative inversion before we do final relaxation. So you got your block nearby, as I did. Feet are on the floor. Lift your hips up. Slide that block underneath your sacrum. If you don't have a block, you can do this with a pillow, a firm pillow, or a book, or you can just not do it. You can just have your, keep your legs, do legs up with your backs on the floor. So just legs up the wall, or legs up the invisible wall. But I'm gonna lift the legs here with this block underneath my sacrum, palms face up. Prepare by pressing gently the skull into the floor, the shoulder blades into the floor. The arms are up. As I said, the palms are face up. And then lightly lift and then extend. Once you're here, tune into breath. Those of us with low bone density have most likely set shoulder stand, head stand aside. But we can still do this, which is an outstanding inversion for so many reasons. So let's tune into breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. Taking a little time for that downward flow of energy. In yoga, we call that apana as opposed to the prana. We're building up the prana in the movement, but now we're upside down. Bringing balance to our energy and to our physical flow. All right, for releasing, you'll take one foot down and then the other. Now you're in supported bridge. hang here for a few moments. Understanding the purpose of a restorative pose is to let go. You're not doing any work. You're allowing the support of the earth, of the props, to just hold you as you soften around it. Let's gently release from this bridge by lifting the hips up and carefully removing a block if you were using one. Extend one leg, bring the other knee in, interlace the fingers either in front of the shin or behind. Take that hip gently side to side. And then opposite hand guides that knee across until the leg is parallel to the floor no more, and pause in a knee across twist. And then slowly come to center, switching sides. Extend that leg and interlace the fingers, press down. Rock the hip slowly, gently, and then draw it across, knee across twist. Relax your shoulder blades underneath you and choose your favorite head position. Either it's up or to one side. Breathe. But think about doing this gentle twist. Twists are very helpful for our spines when they're done mindfully and gently and never to your fullest range of motion or extension. And slowly come back up to center, and please find your way to a Shavasana position that you would like to hold. This is going to be a long Shavasana. So if you'd like a rolled blanket or cushion underneath your knees, that can be nice for your lower back. If you'd like something over your eyes or a pillow underneath your head, whatever you would like, go ahead and take a few moments to set yourself up in the most comfortable lying down position that you can find. And I will guide you through this process. So settle in. If it feels comfortable to close your eyes, do so. Bringing awareness to the soles of your feet. Relax the soles of your feet. Tops of your feet, heels, ankles. Feet can gently splay out and relax. Bring awareness to your knees and your kneecaps, tops of your thighs, backs of your thighs. Awareness of your right hip and your left hip. And breathe into both hips together. And now, both legs together. Relax both of your legs so they feel very heavy. Bring awareness now to your lower back. Release and relax your lower back. Allow a soft breath in your belly. Release and relax your belly. Become aware of your spine. Breathe into each and every vertebra, allowing your spine to relax, letting go. Chest, lungs, heart, soften. Perhaps bring a small smile to your heart center as you deepen your breath ever so slightly and allow a softening of the chest, shoulders, arms, elbows, wrists, and palms of your hands. Become aware of any sensation in the palms of your hands and your fingertips. Relax your collarbone, your neck, your throat. Release your jaw away from your skull. Soften your tongue. And then allow all the little muscles of your face to relax. Eyes drop back deep in your eye sockets. Forehead, temples, soften. And then allow the back of your head to feel very heavy. Letting go. So you have let go physically, heavy. Your entire physical skeletal system, all of your bones relaxed. Notice where your mind is, and if it is busy, ask it to come to your breath. Simply focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of your breath. Easy breath in, easy breath out. And letting go even of awareness of breath. Simply be. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. And so please begin now to come back, deepening your breath, returning to awareness of your physical body and awareness of the space that you are in. Perhaps noticing the sounds in your room or outside your room. And then start to move as you begin to explore wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Maybe you'll swallow and move your facial muscles around a little bit and stretch. Remembering how to transition, if you choose, safely from your reclining position to a seated position. You may join me, if you would like, in a seated position to come to the close of this session. So find your way to a comfortable seat. Once you've found the seat, and I recommend, if you've got a block or a cushion, to sit on it because it will allow for spine lengthening. So once you're seated, breastbone up, shoulders relaxed. Let's bring the arms out to the sides, extend them, and then slow sun breath in and up, arms come overhead, prayer hands touch and come down in front of you, and we'll do that 3 times. Inhale, lift and lengthen so we can continue that decompression of the spine practice, and down, and again, inhale up, and exhale to your prayer hands in front of your heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today in this moving into stillness practice. I honor your attention. Namaste. It's time to wake up. Shall we begin to stretch? Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Are you going to get up today? Go for a walk? You're so tired? God bless you. God bless you.